Welcome to this look at new mods on Farming Simulator 22 with me, MrSealyp. It's Wednesday the 19th of January. We've got some new mods in front of me. We've got the repair place. This is by Happy Mole, 0.32 megabytes download, 3 slots on console. This can be put down on driveways and wherever you want, really. It doesn't take up a huge amount of space. You will find it under build mode, under buildings and tools, just there. Vehicle workshop. It's only 1,000 to buy as well, so not too expensive. Very handy. When we get over to the back there, that's where your vehicle workshop options are. You can drive onto it, just onto it, completely onto it, and you've got your vehicle workshop trigger. That's by Happy Mole, the repair place. Next up, we've got the solar field large and small. I've got the small one just here and the large one just here. These we have to be a little bit careful about now because things have changed somewhat. These are by Razak, 4.77 megabytes download. There are 5 slots each for the first one. Now it does say solar field small, income per hour 100. Solar field large, income per hour 175. So I'm on 1 day months at the moment, so that works. If I go into build mode, we go on to production, along to generators, and then we go on to our solar field small, solar field large. So solar field small, because Giants have done it so it pays out per month now, if you've got it on 1 day months, then yeah, that's absolutely correct. 100 per hour, 24 hours in a day, 2,400. But because they've done it so it will pay out over a month, the more days you have in the month, it will still pay out 2,400 a month. So that hourly rate then isn't correct. It doesn't become an hourly rate anymore. It's only an hourly rate if you're on 1 day months. As soon as you spread those months out, you might have a 3 day, 4 day, 5 day, 6 day. You're not going to get 100 per hour. You will get 2,400 in a month. It just kind of proratas it. Is that the right word? Prorata? Anyway, the same with the solar field large. It's 4,200 per month. Again, 1 day month. That works out exactly 4,200. No problem at all. But again, if you spread it out, it's a little bit more. They're nicely detailed. They take up a fair bit of space. The prices, though, I suppose, being 250 grand for the small one and 450 grand for the larger one, to recover that money and then start making a profit is going to take a while. Which, I mean, to be fair, windmills always have been the same. Solar panels have always been the same. The more expensive they are, the longer they take to pay off until you start making a profit. That's just the way it's always been in-game, really. But that's the solar field large and small by Razak. Next, then we'll go to the end here. Then we'll go in and we'll look at the forklift trucks, and then we'll come back out and look at the tractors. We have got the Peecon PD 1500. This is a pallet fork, 3-point link mounted. So anything that has a 3-point link, depending when you're watching this, depending what adapters and mods and things you've got. But if you've just got a regular 3-point link on your front or rear or both of your tractor, that can hook onto the front or rear. It will raise, lower, tilt forward, tilt backwards, and you can pick up bales with it. It's by Dutch Modding Inc. It's 2.3 megabytes download. It's 1 slot. You'll find it under tools and miscellaneous. 860 to buy. You can have it a standard attacher, special attacher, special 2. Just it changes the position of the top link, that's all. That's it really for that. It's a pallet fork, really. That's by Dutch Modding Inc. Moving on from there, we have got the Jungheinrich EFG S50 Telefork. This is by HR Forst und Fahrzeugbau, sorry. It is 8.23 megabytes download, 10 slots on console. We have one standard in game. This is the Telefork. This has got a few more bells and whistles to it. It does say, and I wanted to check this, and this is just again another word of warning. It has, where are we? It also has hydraulic telescopic forks, is now able to take up to 3 Euro pallets across. This makes loading and unloading significantly easier and faster. It's also got neat solid rubber tyres in the correct size. The door can be opened for faster entry. The rear wheel protection is removable, so the rear wheel arches, I suppose, if you want to call them that. You can have them as an option on or off. It's a nice looking forklift truck. It is electric, so you'll need an electric charge point as it starts to run down. Quite a high mast on it as well. You'll find it under vehicles and forklifts. So the standard Jungheinrich EFG S50 is 55 grand. This is also 55 grand. Slot count will come down from 10 to 1. Options available. Cover yes or no. That's for those rear mud flaps arches. You don't have to have them if you don't want them. Reverse driving warning device. None. You can have a beacon light. You can have a blue spot or a red spot. Extension. Yes or no. Just puts a frame around there to protect the fork area, especially if you've got something, bigger pallets, that kind of thing. And then we can change the rim colour from white to black. Those are the options. So as far as it goes, let's hop in, start it up. Raising and lowering, as you might expect. L1, right stick up and down. Not a bad height. Then we've got our tilt forward and back as well, like so. Swing around a little bit into the light so we can see a bit better. We do have lights. Now that reverse warning light, as I go backwards, I have to put the beacon on if I want the beacon on. I didn't actually check to see whether or not, if you have the blue light or the red light, whether it comes automatically. The beacon you do have to put on yourself. And the same with the lights. Now, as far as the forks go, under L1, we've seen we've got up, down, forward and backwards tilt. Under R1, we've got widening the forks. And we can also switch them side to side. So when you get to a point, as I often do, if you get to where you're going and you suddenly think, oh, I'm over too far, we have got a bit of adjustment either side as well, which is pretty handy. So if we bring those forks in a bit, like that, and then we've got under L1, no, under L1, there we go, under L1, R1, we've got fork extensions, which is what it said, telescopic forks, and we've got door open and close. So we can swing the door open like that, and we can extend those forks. Now, this is what I wanted to test, because it says it will do 3 Euro pallets, which makes loading and unloading much easier. The first things I grabbed were fertilizer pallets. So I thought, okay, let's give it a go. So I'll show you what I meant when I said just it comes with a little bit of a warning. Let's go all the way into those. Come on. There we go. And then when it lifts. The end one, doesn't matter what I do, will keep dropping off. I did exactly the same thing with SiiD pallets. It did the same thing with the SiiD pallets. The only ones I can get, and that's extended as far as out as it will go, are these sort of poplar pallets and the sugarcane pallets, because they don't have anything that extends over the edges. They are literally just the width of the pallet base. You can get 3 on. Because these extend slightly over either side, and even the same with these ones, they're a little bit wider. You can only get 2 of these on, but this one you can get 3. So where it says you can get 3 Euro pallets, it's, I mean, technically yes, but as far as the game goes, as you can see, you put 3 of those on, no problem at all. But I just can't get it to do 3 of the others. Every time I do, the front one just tips off and falls. There's no straps or anything like that, but it's very handy having the longer forks anyway. If you're doing a couple of IBCs, that kind of thing, it works out pretty handy actually. Interior, nicely detailed. Visibility is good, as you can see. Nice animations and everything. Very cool indeed. There we go. The Jungheinrich EFG S50 Telefork by HR Forst und Fahrzeugbau. So in the battle of the forklifts today, we've then got the Lizard LZ or LZ 45. This by Pascal Kautz. This is 10.82 megabytes download, 6 slots on console. We've got a few different options for colours and things like that. Now, unlike the other one that has telescopic forks that go out that way, this one has the forks that split and widen, so you can put 2 sets of pallets on the 1 set of forks. It'll make a bit more sense in a moment. Again, nicely detailed. You've got an option for a trailer hitch on this one as well. You'll also find this under forklifts on the very end there. A lot cheaper, 29 grand, and more horsepower. This one's got 72 horsepower. We've got configuration standard, plus trailer hitch. We've got miters or knock-ins. Those are the 2 tyre choices, but nothing within those, just knock-in or miters. Then you've got safety warning light on the back, without, with, and that's a blue light, and that comes on automatically, definitely. We can change the main colour to anything on this pallet here. Design colour does the fork section. And then rim colour, again, anything on there you might want to go for. Now this is a regular engine, so it will require fuel. The other one requires fuel, of course it does. As you'll see when we reverse up, see the blue light on the ground behind? So that comes on automatically as a warning. It does have a beacon, lights. Now with this one, as I said, rather than the forks be telescopic, we do L1, we've got our tilt with our right stick forward, backward. It doesn't move as quickly as the other one. The Jungheinrich is much quicker on the tilt. Raising and lowering is pretty quick. Again, not a bad height on this one either. And then under R1, we've got the split like that, so we can split them out. We can also split them out that way too, so we can take double the amount of pallets. Say double the amount of pallets. You can take obviously 2 or 3 on that one forward. This one you can have them on sideways. Now I did try and put 2 pallets on. It might do 2 of the smaller ones actually. Let's see if I can do 2 of the small ones. Their pallet forks are fairly long. I might do 2 of these. Let's try and get it lined up a little bit better. Yeah, so we'll do 2 of those that way. I struggled to get to 2 of the other ones that way, but as you can see, if we do it this way, it will do 2 pallets. Hopefully, again, if I line up fairly okay. There we go. The battle of the forklifts. I mean, to be honest with you, I don't know, it's difficult. You've got electric versus, I say regular motor. A lot of these are the ones were all LPG, where my brother used to work and my dad used to work. Interior, again, visibility is very good. Nice and open. So yeah, telescopic fork forward as opposed to 2 side by side. This one's a little bit higher on the horsepower, and it's cheaper, I guess, so it's going to come down to what you prefer, I suppose. And the fact you can change the colours on this one, I guess. Should we turn the lights off? There we go. So we go, the Lizard LZ, or LZ 45 by Pascal Kautz. Moving from there, we've got the Fendt 700 Vario Gen6. This is by MoosAgrar. This is 10.94 megabytes download, 15 slots on console. Nice looking Fendt with a few options. I'm trying to think. There are 3 tractors to look at, so I can't remember which ones has doors and windows and things to open. We'll double check all of that in just a minute. So this one you will find under medium tractors, right at the very end, 162 grand for the base model. Slot count will come down from 15 to 1. We've got the choice of Trelleborg, Michelin, Continental, Mitas, BKT, Vredestein, Nokian. Under the Nokians, we've got standards, we've got standard 2 and communal. Under all of the other ones, I checked this, I'm pretty sure this was right. Under all of the other ones, obviously the tread will change depending on the manufacturer, but we have the option of standards with wheel weights, wides, widen weights, rear twins, twins, narrows, back to standard. That's on all of those, so you can flick through and have a look, but it will just change the obviously the tread pattern depending on the manufacturer, but those are the options. We've got Fender 1 and Fender 2. Fender 2 is a little bit narrower and a bit more squared off at the edges rather than rounded. Front loader attacher, we've got no, quick, Hauer, back to no again. We have got the 144 horsepower, 171 horsepower, 188 horsepower, 209, 228, 246, back to 144. So 246 is the highest horsepower, and that's for the 724. Variable transmission. We can change the main colour to any one of those on this palette. I do like the petrol blue, as you've seen, I kind of went for. There's the Fendt dark green, which is quite a nice one. Obviously, there are reds and whites and all sorts you can choose from. That's entirely up to you. And then we've got license plate option if you wish to choose to have a license plate on there. So we'll drop out of there. So that does sound very nice, this as well. Horn, beacons, light options. Lighting's very nice. L1, R1, L1 and R1. So under L1 and L1 and R1, you've got left stick side to side opens the roof. Right stick side to side opens and closes the left door. Right stick up and down opens and closes the rear window. Those are your options. It's got a nice throaty engine sound to this one. Nice little bit of body roll, not too much. Interior. That does sound nice, I like that. So there we go, that's by MoosAgrar. Next, we've got the Case Puma by Baki. This one is 14.63 megabytes download, 9 slots on console. I think this is the same with tyre choices. I think in all of the options they're the same, if I remember correctly. You'll find this also under medium. So under medium tractors. This is a little bit more pricey than the 700. Slot count will come down from 9 to 1. We've got the option of Trelleborg. The knock-ins, again, standard 2 or communal. So Michelin, Continental, BKT, Vredestein, back to Trelleborg. We've got the options of standards, wheel weights, wides, widen weights, rear twins, twins, narrows, back to standard. And again, if I recall correctly when I checked this a little while ago, that's the same on all of them. Again, it will just be the tread pattern that changes. We've got the option of a front loader attacher, no, quick, Hauer, back to no again. And then we've got 225 horsepower, 245 horsepower, 270 horsepower, and then back to 225. So 270 horsepower being the highest option on there. If you go for that one, the price goes up to 210 grand. Those are the options for that one. Let's hop in, start it up. Beacons, horn. Nice tick over sound on that as well. I must admit, I think I just generally speaking, I like the tractor engine sounds and stuff in game anyway. Some of them are vastly different. I know it was always kind of on FS19 and 17, people always say they all sound the same. There are definite differences with a lot of these. I don't think these have opening doors and windows. L1, R1, L1 and R1. No, no opening doors or windows. Interior, nice, neat and tidy. There we go. The case Puma by Baki, which brings us on to the last of the mods for today, and it's this little beauty. I say little beauty, big beauty, beast, bit of both. This is the John Deere 8760-8960 by SiiD Modding. It is 14.88 megabytes download, 10 slots on console, a load of options on this one. One of them being the paint options. If you use the used paint option, it brings the price down quite a bit actually, and I think the largest on this is a 370 horsepower, and I'm pretty sure the option I went for with the used paint brought it down to under 100 grand for a 370 horsepower. It's a lovely looking tractor, isn't it? Anyway, I do like old tractors, I really do. So, this one you'll find under large tractors. On the end there, 79,999 for the base model, which is pretty good anyway. Slot count comes down from 10 to 1. Options, we have got standard or extra fuel tank. Although, that's weird, it hasn't... I've lost the very top of the menu for some reason. So you can't see the price on that. It's an 833 litre tank. If you go for the extra fuel tank, oh, there you go, 3,000. If you look bottom left instead, that added option is 3 grand. Takes it to a 1,363 litre tank, so you can have an extra fuel tank in there if you want to. Exhaust, we've got standard black tip, copper tip, standard silver tip, or complete silver straight pipe, like that. Attachers on the back, we've got standard with a PTO, 3-point with a PTO, which adds 10,999. So the price is coming up, but still not horrendous, really, when you think about it. Then you've got additional front lights, yes or no. So we can stick some of those on. Then we've got Green Star 3000. Now on console, that doesn't have any effect. It's just for the look, really. Standard or standard 2 for the Green Star. Then engine setup, we've got 300 horsepower or 370 horsepower. So price now, we're looking at 109 grand with a couple of changes. We've got windows, standard or with a tint. Version, we've got standard. US version, puts those light stalks out. Standard Aussie version extended with stalks as well, back to standard. Wheel setup, we have got standard. Standard 2, twins and weights, that's on the inside. Twins and weights 2, twins and weights 3, triples 2, wides, wide and weights 2, 3, 4, 5, changes the hubs, a lot of these options, 6, 7, twins, and we go for a load of weight options on those two, wides, twins on those with a load of weight options, and then back to standard again. So quite a few options on your tyre choices. We can change now. This is what I'm saying. So at the moment, its total price is 125,742 with those tyre choices and the engine setup and all the rest of it. If I go on to main colour and I go used, now you've got used and used 2. Used brings the price down to 104 grand. That knocks a big chunk off that. If I go for used 2, the price is 108. So it's the cheapest price is to go for the first used rather than used 2. So I'm going to stick on used. Then we've got design colour. I think that's the front section. I'm trying to look because it looks more. It looks like the used colour is the cab and the first section of bonnet, and a lot of the rest of it looks quite shiny. So if we go on that design colour and again go used, there we go. It's a lot more faded now all across, apart from the extra fuel tank, which isn't. Brings the price down to 95,000. That's pretty impressive. I like that used paint option. You might want a shiny new one. That's entirely up to you, but that's pretty cool as an option. So those are your options. Let's hop in, start it up. Born. I love the lights as well. That yellowed kind of look as well. But those lights on the back of that, fantastic. Listen to it. I didn't think I'd gone for tinted windows, but it looks like they've got a bit of tint. There's no beacons on this. But what it does also have, if we go to L1 and R1 together, right stick side to side, listen. That sound effect is brilliant. And the light comes on in the cab as well. How cool is that? The interior is really nice as well. Indicators on the stalks. And all of that for under 100 grand. Amazing. What a fantastic mod. I really do like that a lot. So there we go. That's it for the mods for today. Wednesday the 19th of January. Calmsden Farm by Oxygen David has also dropped today. I'm not sure if I'm going to get onto the map tour tonight or tomorrow morning potentially, but I will be doing a map tour on that. It will be my first map tour on FS22 because I didn't do one on No Man's Land when that came out. But anyway, as far as mods go, that's it for today. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.